you're not going to throw that calculus on me, are you? You're not going to throw...
Well, I think it's a day that we'll put away the calculus book and we'll talk to Cory Omeara from Stratgazer Entertainment. It's a pleasure to get you in here on the show. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's been what? 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Since you were on last, it's been about 5 years or 4 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years and probably about 40 pounds.
Here's the man himself. I hope everybody enjoys my new look. I decided to clean it up. You know, repping the Dare shirt. We want to resist drugs and violence in this day and age. Mister Smiley has been known as for a scumbag for too long. It's just time to clean it up a little bit. But it's obviously a good time to have you on, sir, because you are one of the bigger promoters in Kansas City.
Yes, I'll...
That's no doubt. I mean, there's no debate in that. You have been in it for a long time, consistently. I don't know if I've ever seen you sort of take a break.
Lord knows I need one, probably.
Right.
Probably about right now, actually.
Well, how long have you been doing promotions around here? I mean, this is the first time I've gotten to talk to you one-on-one, so I'm going to ask some of the basic questions.
That's all right. Well, it's been about 6, 7 years, but it's only been probably within the last 5 that they kind of, really kind of took it a little bit more serious and turned it up to where it is now. And I had no intentions of it growing into what it is. I was dabbling in band management. And the bands that I was managing, they kept asking me, why are we getting overlooked for some of these bigger shows? Why aren't we getting some of these national acts? And that's hard, that was a hard question, and, dove into that and couldn't make things happen. So the idea just came to me like, well, what if I brought some of these bigger shows in to put some of my bands on? And it grew from there. And 2 years into it, was able to quit my... day job, and here I am. So
you are a full-time promoter. You don't have to have a day job. That's
it's like any job when you work for yourself. It's feast or famine. Some months are good, and some months are bad. But I've stuck it out. You know how the deal is when you love what you do and you're committed to it. You take the good and you take the bad and you just forge forward. So.
You almost just started singing the Facts of Life song.
Hey,
I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
That's before my time. I don't know what you're talking about. The Facts of Life.
Is it? Is it before your time?
Oh, okay, no. I remember.
The only reason I ever heard of it is because they used to make fun of it on Married with Children.
Oh no,
so I never watched the Facts of Life, but they made fun of it on the show that I grew up during.
No, I think I tuned in. I had a crush on Joe, and I think I stayed up late enough to watch that and. Different strokes. So anyway,
okay,
that's a long time ago.
So most of the shows that you promote are in the rock genre. Is that correct? Rock, metal type stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I've dabbled. I've tried to dabble with some other stuff, but the lesson learned is I'll leave that to people who know more about those kind of genres. You know? I mean, I think that's the formula to one's success is sticking to what you know. So.
I mean, I agree, and I've had a lot of people question in the past why I promote more metal bands and stuff on the show, and it's for that reason. It's more enjoyable for me to have metal bands on most of the time, but I do have to admit that I've been getting more diverse. I've had rappers on recently. I've had some acoustic stuff going on, so check it out. The Green Music Brothers.
Yeah, I tuned into that one. I really like those guys. Yeah,
and that turned out really well. I was a big fan of the recent Decimation Friday the 13th performance that happened right here in this living room, a death metal band.
Yes, you'll have to warn future tenants of this place, renters and such.
Yeah.
That might be something that may scare people off. So.
But since I'm in a new look and a new era, I think I'm just going to start listening to a little bit of classical music. And, as I do my calculus.
Right on. That works. Your calculus. That had me scared when I saw that book on your desk there, Jordan. I thought maybe you were going to quiz me, and I don't think I got past basic math in high school. So
Right. Well, I'm trying to quiz myself right now. I do know a little bit of calculus. I don't really have much choice if I want to get a degree. But were you a musician ever?
Yeah, I dabbled. I did more than a little bit dabble, but that was a long time ago, and I don't bring that up out of embarrassing myself. There's things out there that people could look up and probably hold against me, but I leave that alone. But no, I've always been a fan of music, always been involved in music, so it was really easy for me to make the transition into what I'm doing now. And sometimes I don't necessarily refer to myself as a promoter. Just because I think that the whole promoter thing has changed over the years. It's a lot different these days. The scene has changed. The ways to get people out to a show have changed, and so that's a whole other subject. But I put events together, and yes, I do get behind my shows. But anymore, I'm a firm believer. Just the state of the scene, and not necessarily the state of the Kansas City scene, but just the way things are in general, where we've kind of progressed as a people. It takes more than just one guy to get people off their couch into a show. So, my deal is I stand firm with the philosophy that it kind of takes everybody involved. It takes the person putting the event on, like myself, the venue, and the band, and even the fans. It's a collective. I really feel so.
Yeah, and you've been recently getting together with Kittens of Chaos and Project Backstage. I don't know about recently, within the last year or so, year and a half, I've seen that come together. And that seems to be a really good thing, moving in the right direction, and exactly what you're talking about as far as getting everyone together.
Well, yes, and that's not an exclude. That's not. I don't want to. It's not a club. It's not exclusive. Anybody is welcome to. It's just a bunch of people that share the same passion for the local music scene and trying to take it to the next level. So, it's not a club. It's not a per se any sort of like union. It's just we all have that in common, and we all kind of do our own little thing in the scene. And we've found that collectively, we can really help the scene and help one another. So it kind of benefits everybody.
And I also want to mention that Tom Caprefoli has been doing a lot of good things too, and
yes,
working with all these different groups and Stratgazer and Project Backstage. And I hope that he's going to call in. I told him to call in and talk about his show last night. So
man, I hope he's up. That was
I kind of figured it might have been a late night for them.
Yeah, I needed him to. I'd asked him to judge tonight. I have a California Dreamin' show at Aftershock, and and he's been there to judge a few times, but I didn't figure he'd probably be sore today.
Right. So. And you went to that last night, so let's chat about that a little bit. It was Tom Caprefoli's 1 year since he started his promotions. And doesn't it seem like he's been around for a lot longer than that?
Well, he actually has been around. I mean, he's like you and I. He's a music fan, so even before he was doing his own shows, he was attending shows. So it kind of, again, it seemed like it came as a natural thing for him. And last night, the vibe was incredible because you had, the new music fans and some of the newer young bands, as well as some older bands. And you had like Tracy Wilde from the old Lone Star 98.9, the rock days there, as well, like Tommy Flood from Banshee, and the lead singer from Head East was there. Basically, it was a who's who of the music scene, and that it was really cool because
it's sold out.
It's sold out, and you get all those people there, and everybody's having a good time, and the camaraderie. Those are the kind of things that you're just, whether you're the promoter or you're just a fan there, you just like to be a part of. And so I wish that every night for the Kansas City music scene could be like last night. It would, if we could get back to like that, where people came out in masses and just had a good time, I'd be happy. Everybody would be happy. Good things. Good night.
Well, I tell you what, this last year I think has been pretty incredible. Some of the shows that I saw and coming together with the Project Backstage, Kittens of Chaos, and you, everything seems to have sort of been reborn in some aspect in the last year.
And I'm so glad that you say that and that you recognize that, because you've been around in this scene long enough to you've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, and unfortunately there's still people out there that no matter how good the scene gets, they want to put it out there how bad it is and what needs to be done and whose head needs to be on the chopping block and who needs to be destroyed.
And I have done that. I have to say, even the controversial stuff on here. I mean, people know where I stand on the issues.
Right.
Good or bad,
And that's
and let's say, 98.9's never hit me up and wanted to talk to me. You know?
Right. Well,
and that's for a reason. I'm sure.
Well, I've had my conversations with 98.9 The Rock, basically, conversations that were basically shut up, putting things out there. But, that's perhaps another show altogether. Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can go on and on. I mean, we could talk too much about that. But the fact of the matter is that this age and this technology that we have available, we don't have to rely on these old means of promotions. And that's what I love about my show. Had anybody been in charge of this show would have been canceled a long time ago.
And that's great. The scene needs Casey Anthem, because
thank you. I hope so. Because they're getting it whether they want it or not.
And right on, man. And that's great, man. You've been doing your thing and doing it well for a while, and and that's why I'm here, and that's why you've been able to stick around, man. And I don't hear anybody saying anything bad about what you're doing. Now, if The Rock, they have their opinion, well, it's their opinion.
Well, I think The Rock's kind of treating me like the mainstream media is treating Ron Paul right now.
Right.
They're just ignoring me.
Right.
Hopefully I go away.
Yeah. And how long you been doing this?
5 years.
Maybe you'll go away this year, right?
This is the 5-year anniversary. I am actually working on a college degree too, because Lord knows I'm not, getting rich doing this. But we're going in a good direction, so I'm optimistic.
Yeah, definitely,
about where things are going, and I think if we keep working hard, that something good's going to happen. I mean, it has to. That's the way things work.
Yeah, I think it's that. Well, that's the rule of the universe, isn't it, man? Is that what you put out there is what comes back to you, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come back to you tomorrow. It may be 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, but no matter what, man, you're sowing. You are definitely sowing the seeds of something that's positive and something's good, and the only thing that can come from that, my friend, is something good and something positive. So. Good for you, and good for Casey Anthem, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And
everybody on the chat room here is talking about how they're really good friends with you. Frank is saying that right now. Nobody dogs on you around here, and the promoters who screw people over, their name gets spread around in a negative light, and and people like you have been around for as long as you have. If you were screwing people over, there would be a lot of people saying that.
Right. Well, unfortunately, I still, because I'm a quote-unquote promoter, I still get clumped underneath that dark cloud of, if you're a promoter, you're shady. If you're a promoter, you're shysty. But, that's not the truth, man, because, first and foremost, I'm not a businessman. I'm a fan of music, and I'm just fortunate enough to be able to do what I love and do what I have a passion for. I mean, if I didn't have a great wife that had a great job, I couldn't do this. By no means does Stratgazer Entertainment provide a luxurious lifestyle for me. If I was a single guy, I'd be living on your couch, Jordan, and you'd be complaining that I wasn't buying enough groceries. So, I'm lucky enough, man, to have a beautiful wife that has a great job and supports me in what I do and allows me to do what I want to do. And and every now and then when I have a good month, I buy her a pair of shoes and she's happy. So it's all good.
Hey, I mean, it's the little things. Just being able to make your own way and do what you want to do. I mean, that's success in itself. I don't care if you're you don't have to be a millionaire to be.
No, you don't, man.
To be doing well and enjoying life. That's a very good thing. So, what do you think is going to happen here in 2012? 2011 was such a big year. I got a lot of optimism from last year.
Right.
It's driving me to push through this year and hope for the best.
Well, right on, man, because that's exactly how I feel. I feel like the scene is in a good spot, and it's in I would say it was at a crossroads, beginning of 2011. But there's some great mainstays still on the scene, like, bands like Swill and Load Point Pool, but yet there's a lot of great new bands and there's a lot of great new faces coming onto the scene. And so the scene is moving in a positive direction, I mean, despite what anybody wants to say out there, despite how many times, a person wants to post on Facebook that, so-and-so is ruining the scene and that the bands need to come together and form an alliance and crush these people. The truth of the matter is the scene's in a good spot and it's moving in a forward direction. And fortunately, I tour manage a lot, so I get to go out into other markets.
Right,
and
right.
markets, as far as cities bigger than Kansas City, but yet Kansas City's got a lot more going on musically than these cities. And so, unfortunately, the people that want to put out the negativity and always point out the negativity in the scene, they don't know what's going on elsewhere.
Yeah.
And if they did, they would recognize that Kansas City is got an incredible music scene. And we've got a lot of great venues and a lot of great people like yourself, Frank Arena, Tommy Caprefoli. The list goes on. And, I won't even get into that list just because, sure enough, I would leave somebody out, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
But, it's a great thing. One of the things that I have vowed is just to do what I do. That's to put on good shows that are successful, where everybody at the end of the night had a good time, and where I can go to bed at night and lay my head down and know that I have the respect of the community in which I work in. That's very important to me. I don't,
Yes.
This is it. I'm Stratgazer. There's no secretary. There's no PR division. It's just me. I live and I die by this, and so at the end of the day, despite what I do being profitable, most importantly is, again, that I have the respect of people like yourself, the musicians, the venue owners, because, again, at the end of the day, all those people can make me go away. No one has to do business with me. They do business with me, hopefully, because they want to do business with me, because there's 6 other promoters that you can work with. So, again, I don't take anything for granted, and I feel blessed to be doing what I do, because, again, I'm only here and only able to stay here and do what I do because of everybody else. So,
Yes. Well, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. You said the word respect a couple of times in there, and
Yes.
that's always been my argument whenever anybody asks me, do I want to make a few bucks here? What's more important to me is the respect of the bands.
Exactly.
The people around here knowing that I'm genuine and I'm not looking to screw people over and just, step on the next guy.
And people know that. People know that
Yeah.
about you, my friend. So you do not need to worry about that. So you've done everything right, and you've done everything in an honorable way, which is another word that I learned a few years ago from our mutual friend. Was that's honor. I know that you are a military man. I'm not, but it's still.
Right.
With that being said, those kind of things, still ring true in me, and those are things that that mean a lot to me. I was raised that way, and I surround myself with people that have the same kind of values. So
You're talking about Mark from Warhorse, a good guy that I ended up meeting only a month or two before he passed away.
yes,
And I believe the first time I ever met you was at his funeral.
yes, sir. And the deal is this: whether you knew Mark a month or you knew him 10 years,
Yeah, he
you
was-
knew him.
yes.
And you knew what he stood for.
Exactly.
And who the kind of guy he was, and that was something good. That was, again, something about respect, something about honor. And so I miss that guy. I miss getting his random messages on Facebook in the middle of the night saying, "Old man, go to bed," because he would burn the midnight oil as well as I. And so no, some people may know who we're talking about. Some people may not.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that anytime I get an opportunity to show some respect and give him a shout out, I do. Only because, again, respect is something you earned, and he earned my respect. So
Absolutely, man. Yes. And I do want to mention somebody else that had something devastating happen to him recently is Jason Press of In the Shadow.
yes,
I haven't gotten a chance to, I don't think, mention that on the show. I might have on New Year's Eve on that
Right.
show. But yeah, he was burnt in a fire, and I was really concerned that, he may not even make it.
Right.
But it seems like he's home now and recovering, so
I think so.
That's an outstanding thing.
He was a floor below me. I was also hospitalized at KU Med
Oh,
Center
really?
for a week, and
my
I was
gosh.
on the 6th floor. He was on the 5th floor. So when I was well enough, I grabbed my IV and and my slippers with my ass hanging out of my hospital gown. I made it down. I made it down to his floor, but unfortunately, and that's when I came really concerned. But it was when I got down to his floor, and he was locked under. They had him locked down, and unless you were on a the list. You couldn't get back to see him, but you know, I've talked to him since, and he knows that I made an attempt down there to see him. And man, you're right. He's home. He's doing better, and what I've heard, he's going to make a full recovery. So, you know, more power to him, man. You can't keep a good man down. So
yeah, I mean, right on, dude. That I couldn't be more happy that he has survived that, and that in the shadow when they come back out, you know, we're all going to support him. And I know everybody. There was a lot of unification on that topic. You know, people were generally concerned about his welfare, and that's the way that it should be around here. When somebody, you know, needs a helping hand, you know, we should all be there to help them up.
And it's amazing, you know, the scene really shows its true colors in times of diversity. You know, the scene will rally and get behind and help people out. And, you know, that's what it's all about, you know, is that kind of camaraderie and that kind of support. And it's all about unity, you know. So good for Jason, man. And hopefully it won't be long until he's taking that stage again. So
absolutely. Well, I think I'm going to segue here, and for the people that are watching, I'm going to play a little bit of this Decimation Friday the 13th. I'm such a big fan of it myself that, you know, I keep watching it, you know, on my own. It turned out as good as I would hope for.
Right on.
Excuse me. Any bands that are interested in this kind of deal, this live performance like this, hit me up. We're charging $150 for you to come in and get a 7-camera shoot with pro audio right here on the KC Anthem set, and an interview as well. So, I mean, I'd say it's a good deal, and there's going to be a lot more bands we're working with, getting a couple bands coming on right now.
Right on.
Hopefully even February 11th. I know next weekend we've got Burning Symmetry coming on, by the way. A big shout out to them. They're going to come on and do an acoustic performance, which last time they nailed it when they came on and did one, and I'm going to make sure that I do a better job of recording the audio and video this time. So
what a sweet gig, man.
To that, yeah.
Good for you, man. That sounds good, man. I'll put the word out there.
Right on, yeah. Everybody just watch it, spread it around. Project Backstage, Amber, spread it around for me. And here's a little bit of this Decimation. See if we get this to play and not skip. You know, technical difficulties on the show have reigned supreme. Last time you were on, it was
that makes it
the audio is like not even listenable. You know?
But you know what? That makes it kind of cool, man. You know, that it's not all polished and perfect. You know, leave that to the corporate guys. We'll carry our stuff. Sorrow, we would always tolerate. These two lifted in better and make. Make you one with the blue. All you brought you to us. And then they say won't go on. And desire if it's only one. There is a eternity. These two lifted in sorrow. You let him lie to me. And they said won't go undone. There is a eternity.
Jesus wept. The open heart, the message, the healer.
That was Decimation, Friday the 13th. Turned out awesome. YouTube.com/KCAnthem, KCAnthem.com. You're already on the site if you're watching this now, most likely. We were just talking a little bit about Slam Radio, which is probably a pretty important thing, you know, a good thing to get into.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to call in right now, even maybe if you're with Slam Radio, you could call in 816-399-5286, and we will chat with you about whatever.
Yes. Slam Radio.
Slam Radio. I got a chance to go on there one day.
Yes.
I was a little nervous,
you did a great job.
Because when you go into a different, I definitely add, a different, more metal aspect to it.
You had me nervous. I thought I was out on the road with Obsidian, and I thought I was going to get the phone call and say, Cory, don't come back. Jordan's taking your gig, man. Which would have been cool, man. If there's anyone that's better for that job, man, than me, because I'm just still, I'm still learning the ropes there.
we're still learning the ropes. I don't think so. I'm not gonna listen to that nonsense. All right, here we go. We got a caller. All right, hello. You're live on KC Anthem with Cory of Stratgazer.
Yeah, it's not important. I'm still trying to wake up.
Oh gosh, it sounds like a pervert on the phone.
Who are we speaking with?
Slam the dam, man. You gotta slam the dam.
Slam the dam. All right, so what you're trying to do is get the new 103.7 The Dam to actually play some local music, because that seems to be an impossible feat on other metal stations around here, rock or whatever.
Right, which, that's Frank Arena of Slam Radio,
right,
Project Backstage on
this
the
is
phone.
me. Like I said, I'm still waking up.
But, it's funny, Jordan, because a lot of people are like, man, why are you guys have the Slam Radio, but yet you're supporting, 103.7 The Dam to maybe pick up what you guys do and not necessarily even pick us up and make, who knows? The main thing is we're just trying to get, an FM affiliate here in Kansas City to really dedicate some time to local music, whether that includes us as radio personalities or not.
Yeah, no.
Not.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, you're just trying to help out and get some more recognition. I mean, it only helps everybody. And I know that we talked about this. I think I talked about this with you and Amber when you came on, Frank, was just, in general, if we help out local musicians around here, it helps everybody.
Yes.
So there's a good reason to be selfless there.
Exactly.
Everybody's got an invested interest in that. And so, so it's not about us. It's about the scene, And so at the end of the day,
it's just like everything else. If you've got Alice 102, they're doing that one spin a week or whatever it is, or one spin a day. And you've got 96.5 The Buzz, who's doing 2 hours on Sunday. But they're all format specific and they're all genre specific. Where what we're trying to do is bring it a little bit even further. You always want to take things to the next level, and that's where our goal is with this.
Right. So you're slamming the dam. You're trying to inundate them with messages and get them to pay attention, right?
Right, and we're collecting a ongoing list of people, I guess a petition, if you will. And so hopefully, and there's been some dialogue, and there has been some dialogue, but the dialogue has basically kind of been, show us that there's an interest. And so...
Show me the money?
Show me the money. Yeah, see, I think that's right. I think you probably hit it more on the head there. But, I don't care if it's Sunday night at midnight. That's something. Right. That's something. And, anything, man. I mean, because... whether you're talking about the local bands in the shows at our local venues, or you're talking about the national acts at the Sprint Center or at Sandstone, it's all the same. It's all part of the same, deal. We all, if things aren't hitting at this level, they're not hitting at this level, and that's something that I've just known being watching things. The last year it's been hard. It's been hard to get people to come down to the local shows. So it's not any surprise that I'm hearing, like at Sandstone, some big shows getting canceled, or them not even opening up the lawn because of poor ticket sales. So unfortunately, by the time a lot of the guys make it to that level, the guys in the ties, they've kind of forgot that things have got to work on all levels for it to work as a whole. So hopefully there's someone out there that can make some things happen.
Right. Well, I mean, I expect that, all the hosts of The Dam tune in to KC Anthem for a little bit of mentoring here on the show.
They should.
I'm sure that they're locked on right now, and, we got to get this going. Play some of these bands. All right? Let's do that.
Well, another thing that, that me and Frank also do.
It's not necessarily even... the hosts of the Dam or the executives of the Dam.
Right.
The people that support local music, it's the bands. It's them. Get them to step up and show more of a voice for something like this, and it will happen.
Yeah, I think it will happen, I think...
well, I would hope so.
I mean, so too,
we'll hope for the best. So what about, the radio station around here that is playing local music, and we don't have to beg them to do that? Slam Radio.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. That came out within the last year, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing that no matter what. Whether what's crazy, Jordan, is we have FM affiliates in other cities that are happy to showcase slam radio, but we can't. What's sad is we can't get our own. We can't get an FM station in our own town to recognize it and to get behind it. But that's all right, because no matter what, we'll keep doing it. And the bands love it. The music community is supporting it in a big way. Aftershocks got behind it. And so I was really surprised, to be honest with you. I thought, when I got involved, that it would take a while. I really thought we would, have to be at it for a year and be persistent about picking up some numbers. But the listeners are tuning in every week, in numbers, and really supporting it. And we're doing our best to give love to everybody, whether it's, KC Rockabilly or KC Metal. What we're hoping, is that right now it works. You can tune in to Slam Radio and hear a Rockabilly song followed by a metal song. And right now, that's working. People are okay with that. But the idea is Slam's not necessarily a show, but a radio station. So as this thing grows, the idea is, that maybe we'll have someone come down, and maybe Wednesday nights will be hosted by whoever, and it'll be dedicated to just metal and so forth. So we've got, a lot of things are still in the works, and this is still growing, and we hope that it turns into something even bigger. And if things keep going the way they are, I'm sure that it will. So, but again, just like I mentioned with Stratgazer,
I'm going to duck out and leave room for Amber to call in if she wants to.
All right, Frank, and hey, I'll have a good day, and I'll definitely give a shout out to the things that you got going on with your big awards show. So, because I know there's a big buzz about that too.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for calling in,
I'm going to
Frank.
make room for Amber. I think she wants to talk.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to you later, Smiley.
I hope you feel better. It sounds like you're hungover, so take it easy. He's like, I have nothing to say. I feel like shit. I just wanted to call in. I have a presence.
Yes.
But Amber can call in now, or whoever wants to call in. I hope Caprefoli, I'm going to try to message him on Facebook right now. So I definitely want to talk to him about his event. It sounds like, everybody must have had a blast last night.
Yeah, there's 500, 600 people,
at that
and
event.
that's in the same frame of mind as you just, as Frank. So,
and they're just like...
But also, man, I'm going to leave some tickets with you also, and any of your listeners, whether it's through today or just through post throughout the week. I'm going to leave a few of these metal.
What do we got there?
It's the Metal Mayhem 2012 show at Aftershock coming up next Friday, which features Hemlock, Blue Felix, Elevate, Meat Shank, Bled Bone Dry, and Haunting Skies. So it's gonna be a good one. So, man,
talking about Meat Shank, and you're flipping those out like that's the money, man. Those are hundreds right there. All right, we got somebody calling in. Who knows who it is? Who knows? All right, hello. You're live on KC Anthem with Cory of Stratgazer Entertainment.
What's up, guys?
Amber Queen
beautiful.
Kitty Higgins. All right, thank you for calling in. It's good to talk to you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking
It's good to talk to you too.
Thanks for taking the time to call in. I know that you're very pregnant right now, so
Very
you're
pregnant.
dealing with that,
Yeah.
right?
Super pregnant. I'm 8 months, so
Pretty
I'm in hiding
pregnant.
right now, but I'll be out
Right.
soon enough. It'll be cool.
Good
But
deal.
yeah, I just wanted to call in real quick and state for the world that I think Cory's amazing. I think he's doing a lot of really, really great things for music. And Cory, I support everything you do, and I'm totally honored to call you my friend and to work with you. So keep it up. Keep up the awesome work. Jordan, you as well. And I am loving the hair, my friend.
Thank you. I'm turning over a new leaf here on the show, keeping it clean, no more drugs or alcohol on KC Anthem this week. All right?
I'll pick up the slack.
This week. So, I'm doing
That's awesome.
calculus and, not
a good
having
boy.
a beard. There's a lot of people who are upset I shaved my beard, but it's been so warm this winter that it's like, I don't even know why I grew the thing. I usually grow it for warmth.
Right.
But it's been nice out. It's been like...
Well, I like it. It looks
Really
good.
nice.
And
Thank you.
You can always grow it back, but I think
Sure.
every now and then we need a little change, So,
Exactly. You got to mix it up.
Yeah,
So,
looking fresh.
So,
Yes.
Amber, what do you got coming up with the kittens? Are you just kind of taking a break until you have your baby and everything?
Yeah, I kind of at this point I have to. There's some complications and things kind of going on with me that are preventing me from being able to get out and do a lot of the things that I want to do. I'm not the only pregnant kitten. There are others. In fact, I just found out that we have another one. So I think there's 4 or 5 of us that are expecting right now.
Yeah.
But we will have some announcements. We're going to have, a couple of maybe newer people heading things up temporarily, kind of taking reins, taking over, and just keeping that presence and keeping it alive and the positivity.
Good.
Yeah, this isn't about me.
When you and Frank came on, we chatted for like an hour and a half, and that was an extensive interview. You can find it on youtube.com/KCAnthem, which, by the way, that YouTube is getting more and more involved again. I'm starting to use it a lot more. YouTube's been really picking up what they're doing. It's starting to look a lot better.
Right.
Their analytics have gotten super awesome. And if they would just go live, I would use it for everything.
Right.
But the fact that I can't broadcast live, there's the only reason I use this live stream, which is what everybody's watching on right now. But
Right.
I've been waiting for YouTube to go live, and I just want to use that because that's
I
where
love
everybody goes
YouTube.
anyway.
My kids are so
Maybe they
spoiled.
will.
They love YouTube, and they can pull up videos, music videos, anytime they want. And when I tell them, back in the day, I had to like wait for MTV to play the video, and
they're like, MTV playing music videos.
They
like,
don't
what?
wrap their mind around it.
Can't
But
believe that.
Yes, but I remember back in the '80s when MTV went live. I remember my dad would watch it with me, and a music video would come on, and he'd be like, "This is a rerun." I'm like, "Dad, it's a music video." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but it's a rerun." Like,
They already played this one
yes.
before.
I'm like, never mind, So yeah, things have come. So yes, things have come a long way.
Yeah, the internet's a great thing.
Yes.
Obviously, we're all kind of paying attention to what each other's
Yes.
doing on Facebook all the time. I mean, Amber is very popular on the Facebook. She's got like thousands of likes on her page and all that.
Well, they are the kittens are, they are the original street team, and
Right.
they at one time were the only street team, and
Yep.
they embodied exactly what a street team should be and needs to be. It's not about, because since then, now there are, I can't even count the street teams that are out there now, and unfortunately, where the whole idea of a street team has been lost. It's been about, and this is my opinion and this is my perspective on things, is that, while the kittens were out there busting their asses, handing out flyers, it didn't matter if it was for Stratgazer or Jim Kilroy or for Dwayne Woods, whoever, and whether it was for a metal show or a psychobilly show, they were out there really working it, really doing what a street team should do. And one of the perks that came along with that is the kittens became a household name, if you will, within the music scene. And with that comes a little bit of notoriety, a little bit of love, and a whole lot of respect. I'll throw that word around a lot. And unfortunately, like anything in life, whether you're selling hamburgers or you're just a street team, people, they don't see the hard work. They see the perks. And then all of a sudden,
The reward.
people are
That's what it
scratching
is.
their
It's
heads
a-
going, wow, I want to be able to walk into the Uptown and have everybody know my name and want a picture. And unfortunately, there's a lot of street teams now that I don't ever see them handing out they're a street team, but I don't see them handing
Real quick,
out flyers.
I'm going to add Tom Caprefoli to a conference call. So,
Yes.
Amber, you're going to stay on right now, okay?
So in a nutshell, I'll wrap
Okay.
this up.
All
Tommy,
right. Hello.
Hey, Mister Smiley, what's happening?
How's it going, man? We got Tom Caprefoli on the line here with us. You're actually on a conference call with Amber of Kittens of Chaos, and we got Cory of Stratgazer Entertainment sitting here on the couch in person. You had a big show last night. You had a big 1-year anniversary show, and I definitely wanted to talk to you about that and see how that turned out.
but
Oh
hey,
man, it was awesome. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
It's sold out, right? I mean, you can't get much better than that. I mean, that's a success.
That's right.
Right.
They reached the all-time capacity level, so we beat that record, and we're ready to do it again.
Awesome, man. And last time I talked to you on the show, you came in and was talking about the riot against the Westboro Baptist Church, which goes down in history as one of my favorite interviews ever, because we got to rant about those scumbags, and then that, turned into being a complete success for you as well when you went out to Topeka, and the video of all these thousands of bikes rumbling around their compound just gives me chills just watching it.
Yes.
I mean, it's great.
Word is Fred Phelps has it out for you, Caprefoli, so you better look out, man. He's gonna start.
Right on.
He's gonna start picketing your shows, brother.
Yeah, right.
Well, what's that? What's that, Corey?
He's gonna start picketing your shows.
Hey, I hope so, because even bad publicity is good publicity, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we want them to pick at Casey Anthem. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Because then we
what's
get on the national
Yeah.
news and stuff. I'm all
Definitely.
about that. Well, hey, what else you got coming up, Tom? What else is going to be coming up for your productions company?
Oh, well, we got some big things in the work. I'm in the middle of trying to book Skid Row here in the next few months. And we got a big Valentine's Day party with Love Pump and Semino. And we're going to have some Jello wrestling and
All right.
some other fun things going on, and a little passion party at the concert as well.
Yes. Now, Tommy, I know that me and you were talking about like being the main event of that Jello wrestling match. So we need to get together and talk about that, so I know what kind of bathing suit I need to pick out for that.
Well, I did go out and purchase myself some Hart boxers with a Bill Cosby mask wrestling.
Oh well, I don't know if I'll be able to top that, so I'll just wear my Speedos. So.
Okay, well that sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be even some girls Jello wrestling, right?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, that was a phenomenal show last night, man. I love it when that many people can come together. There were a lot of musicians there, just people from the scene, and it was such a positive vibe and such a good thing. I heard people talking about man, this reminds me of the Lone Star days. Well, that was the older crowd, but the cool thing about it is the younger crowd 20 years from now will talk about nights like that as remember the Aftershock days. So
Right.
Definitely a phenomenal night, and again, congratulations on a year in the business. As well as I do, it's not all cake and ice cream like a lot of people think. And also, I know it's belated, but happy birthday to you, and had a good time last night. And so, again, thanks, man.
Yeah, and I do.
Hey, you know what?
I want to mention while I have
I just
everybody
want
on
to
the
say
phone
thank
here.
you too, Corey.
Right on, man.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Don't know what I'm doing here. I did want to mention that I'm coming up on an anniversary as well. This is 5 years in August for Casey Anthem. So I'm putting together a show. Right. I already talked to Frank. I want him to help me, and I want to get the Kittens, Stratgazer, and your company, Tom, to all be on board with this, and at least put your names on the flyer and maybe post a Facebook message at least.
Man.
But the more you'll help me, the better. And I want to, throw
Yes.
a real party for the
Hell
first
yeah,
time
man.
for Casey Anthem.
All those people you just mentioned, you get all those people together, and man, I don't know if there's a venue in town that's going to be big enough. So
That's kind of the way I feel. But I mean, I just want to support everybody around here that is really helping out and being active in the scene, and that I'm friends with. So
yeah,
so let's do it right.
Hey, well, you got 100% of my support, buddy.
yes, and that's
Me
what.
too, Jonathan.
And that's what it's all about, man, is, sometimes it takes people to come around to that ideology and that philosophy. And, I'm only human. And so it's only been within the last, being in this business long enough that, hopefully everybody figures out that it's unity that makes things really come together in a strong way and in a big way. And that we all, we're all working and building the same house here, so the philosophy of crushing the other guy, that's being crushed itself.
Yeah.
So, the 2012, you're going to see, a lot of people coming together and doing positive things for, for the scene. I need people like Caprefoli, people like Kilroy. We all need everybody to be successful at what they're doing, because at the end of the day, we all can't be everything to the scene. So we have to rely on each other to be successful, So it all, again, we're all in the same ship, so.
Right. And Kansas City's a great place to be right now. And talking to and knowing you people is a very fun thing, and it's a good thing that we're all involved trying to push these great bands around here. Yeah. If there wasn't great bands, we wouldn't have a job to do. So it's obvious that, we're just lucky to have all these awesome bands around here. So Amber, Amber and Tom, I'm gonna, anything you guys want to say, get off your chest before I let you go and finish up this interview here?
Nope. Love you, Cory. Jordan, love you too. Your hair looks awesome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Tommy, congratulations on an awesome show and happy birthday and all that. I love you too. But yeah, that's it. Love you guys, and you're awesome, and I look forward to working with you more in the future. So.
All right, peace out, Amber. It's good to talk to you.
All right, bye.
When we talk about uniting the music scene, I felt yesterday 100% that we were exactly where we needed to be. Yes. Everybody was having a good time. There was no, let's say, music snobs out there. Everybody was there for just have a good time.
I agree, Tommy.
And it was an awesome vibe.
Yeah, it is. It was a great vibe, and that's the thing is the days of the arm crossers are over, man. It's all about support. It's all about love, and hopefully everybody gets on board on that, because that's exactly why the scene is thriving right now, and that's the direction it's going. And if you're not a part of, being a brother to the next guy and being a uniter and not a divider, well, you're probably going to get left behind, man. So that's and that's not something that I decided. That's what the scene decided.
Right.
I work for the scene, so and the scene dictates what they expect out of me and what they expect out of Tommy and what they expect from you and the venues, and so we have to we have to fall in line, and we have to cater to the people that give us the opportunity to do what we do. So and I'm happy about that, so.
Well, hey, Tom, while I got you on the phone, I do want to thank you for introducing me to Will Peck as well, because it turns out that guy is an outstanding videographer, which I knew after I saw his work they did for Quietly Violent, and he's done quite a few things for you as well, the Sin City Cowboys.
And also a few pornos that Tommy's done too, but he doesn't, only a few select people have seen those. So.
Well, that's a wiener double for Tommy Lee.
Right, exactly.
Who knew? Okay, well then he is very versatile.
Yes,
he is multifaceted.
Yes.
But yeah, he's an awesome guy. He helped me with the Swill video. I don't know if you guys have seen the recent Swill videos that I put out, but by far the best work I've ever been involved in. So it couldn't turned out much better. I'm working on the Tards and Meat Shank. They're the Tards last show, the Tard stock.
Yes.
And I got outstanding 7 HD camera footage of them. It's more cameras than I've ever edited, and it's quite the experience to put that all together. But it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that.
I can't wait.
Indeed.
And Tom, awesome time talking to you, and Cory, and getting all these people on the phone in one interview is spectacular.
That's what it's all about,
great
man.
Moment right here.
That's what it's all about.
And I'm looking forward to the second year of KC Productions Live.
Yeah.
Speaking of second, I wanted to touch on some with you guys real quick to let all the bands you guys work with and represent that March 31st we're going to be doing Rock for the Cure again. And whatever band collects the most money for cancer awareness will get an official stage at Rocklahoma. And we'll be on 100% of all of merchandise and the official lineup of Rocklahoma. Whoever can just do a good thing, come out and play and raise a little bit of money to make a difference.
So I play the kazoo, Tommy. So you're saying if I raise enough money and have the most money raised, you're gonna put me on Rocklahoma?
Hey, I'm telling you, if you raise the most money and you play the skin flute, you can make it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're even talking about, man.
Outstanding. Well, that is a cool deal, and we all have heard of Rocklahoma, so that's a good one to get on for sure.
Yeah, great opportunity for, especially besides playing such a huge event. It's just going to be a great opportunity for advertising purposes only.
Yeah.
They spend thousands of dollars, and beyond that advertisement and merch, that means a lot for a band. And I can't wait to give that opportunity to a hardworking band here in Kansas City.
How you feeling today, Tommy?
Well, my timing wasn't so good on calling in because my eyes closed and I woke up and was like, "Holy crap! I'm supposed to be calling Mister Smiley."
No, it worked out perfect, man. I figured you were having a rough day today. It sounds like everybody had a real blast last night, and hey, that's what I expected for a sold out show. Your anniversary show.
It was a great. It was a great experience. John Corabi was he's a great guy, a gentleman, very well spoken, and treated everybody with 100% respect.
Yes.
Didn't come in and big time anybody. He is down to earth and shared some stories that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Yep. And hey, thanks for bringing him on Slam Radio. That was a great interview. So.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I listened to little segments of it, and I thought you guys nailed it. You guys asked great questions. You were prepared, and it was a good interview. You guys did a great job.
Well, let's do some more stuff like that. So,
well, hey, Tom, I'll have to get you on the show again this year to promote whatever big thing you have happening, man. So I'll be in touch with you.
Right on.
Take it easy. Thanks for calling in. Tom Caprefoli, everybody.
Later, Tommy.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Later on.
All right. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man, and he does his thing and he does it well,
Right. I mean, he's come out of the gate strong. I mean, you said he's been around for a while, but he just started that company a year ago. And
right,
man,
but that's what gives a guy an advantage is he started off as a music fan, and so he brought that to the table. So, unlike some other promoters who just decide to become promoters but don't know troglodyte from quietly violent, guy like Tommy, he was well versed on who was who and what was going on, and so it was just right for him. It was perfect for him to jump in the game, and and he's a team player, man, and that's why I like Tommy. He recognizes that that he's part of he's got his own company, but as he belongs to a collective here in the scene, so that's cool.
Right. Well, let's see what else here. Last weekend I had Last Call and Rock Show.
Oh, right on.
I'm sure you've heard of them.
Yeah, Teek's a good guy.
Really popular band around here, and huge show they got going on. They actually got Laura Roach from she was in Odious.
Yes,
and she's very talented. It was good to see her again. First time she'd been on the show since 2007.
Wow.
When she came on with Odious, and
That's
she was
amazing.
like, a little girl basically.
She's all grown up, playing with the big boys now.
Yeah, and now she's on Last Call and Rock Show. She goes by the name of Jetta Black, I think. Yeah. And so that's outstanding. That was a good interview. And I'm just about to release the Mental Breakdown interview. It ended up going so long that I've had to do some editing on it and condense it down. But that was a really good one. I know there's a lot of Mental Breakdown fans out there. I know Amber is actually a Mental Breakdown fan.
Amber's a fan of everything, man. She's a bigger music fan than I am, and that's kind of a hard thing to say. But yeah, she's incredible, man. I couldn't say enough good things about Amber, and not only just as a person, who she is as an individual, but just of what she's done. She's taken some time off, but don't let that. Don't be fooled by that. People think that she's gone away and left the lunatics to tend the asylum, but but no, that's far from the truth. And the Queen Kitty will reclaim her scene once this baby comes into the world. So
right on. Well, I'm looking forward to it. 2012, man. I hope this is an awesome year like it was last year. I keep reiterating that. And thanks to everybody that's tuned in. I know there's been a lot of people who've watched, a lot of people who are going to watch this on replay because you're a well-known dude around here, and you got good things going on for you.
Thank you.
So, what do you think about the Super Bowl? Who's going to win? We got a rematch of the 2007, which I consider to be the greatest Super Bowl of all time.
Right.
And here we are again, same quarterback, same coaches.
Wow, man.
Bam, 5 years later.
You know, at one time I was really up to here in football. Lived, breathed it. If my cable was off, or I would walk through the snow to get to a TV. But I kind of let it go. I mean, I still watched, but not as avidly as I used to. I was really hoping San Fran was going to make it in there, but
hey, man, both those teams did. The Ravens even put up a good fight.
Yeah.
It was crazy, and then laces out Dan, whichever the guy that was that hooked that shanked that last field goal. It was like, you know, for the tie.
Yeah,
but those were great games.
Poor guy. I felt for him.
Yeah,
he's still in a closet or a cave somewhere,
yeah, dude,
hiding out. But you know, I'm an AFC kind of guy, so I'm pretty loyal. So you know, I'll
So that's the Giants then, right?
The Giants, yeah,
Giants. You're going with the Giants? No,
the Giants aren't AFC.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know.
Right.
AFC, NFC, whatever.
No, I'll be rooting for the Patriots. So.
Okay. Well, sorry, all you football fans out there. Like,
no, and don't let it fool you. I'm not that much of a sports fan, you know.
But he does know his AFC from.
But
his
I do
NFC.
know his AFC.
Unlike myself, but I think I'm going to root for the Giants, especially if you're going to root for the Patriots, because I like to make things interesting.
Well,
so
we'll put a friendly wager on that.
I'm going to pull for the. Yeah, I've lost every bet that I've made so far this year. On the teams.
I don't normally bet either, Jordan.
Yeah.
I normally lose myself.
Hey, then maybe we'll have somehow our terrible odds will cancel out.
Yeah, totally, man. Totally. So
it'll be more normal for us.
Well, you know.
So I'm going to queue up one of these swill videos that has recently come out. I think I'll play that to end the interview. And anything that we have to talk about in closing, we should get off our chest.
Yeah, definitely. Again, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. You know, much love and respect to you and what you do. And thank you on behalf of not only myself, because we all have the same invested interest in the same thing. Thank you on behalf of the scene. And, you know, let's, you know, I look forward to 2012 and everybody coming together to make this one of the best years in local music. And stay tuned. I've got a big Sid Wilson Slipknot announcement coming up, which is going to be really cool. California Dreaming is in full swing and chugging forward and more popular than ever. And also, I'm you know, almost ready to announce a 3-day outdoor music festival that will include camping, live music, not only locally but regional and even national bands. So not quite there yet, but just got a few more T's and to cross and a few more I's to dot, and we'll be able to announce that very soon. It's going to be something big and something that the scene needs. And basically, with it being a 3-day music festival, what excites me the most is there's going to be enough slots for anybody and everybody. So if you're a legitimate band and have been playing gigs, you know, within the Kansas City music scene or wherever in the last 6 months, the answer is yes. There won't be any no's. You know, multi-stage event. So again, headlined by a national act every night. Some of the acts we're talking to are bands like Papa Roach, and we've even got some things in the works with some of the real hardcore metal fans. So no one will be left out. It's going to be it's going to be a badass, and I've wanted to do this for a long time, but you know. You can't get the carriage before the horse, and finally things have lined up for me to be able to do something like this. So as that progresses, hopefully can get Casey Anthem behind that and play a part of it. Maybe have you host the metal stage. So
never know. You never know what could happen. No, that sounds badass, man. And keep me posted on anything
definitely.
You're doing with that. And maybe you got the cops coming by.
Yeah, they're everywhere I go.
Maybe somebody could even get Decimation on a show around here. I want to give those guys a shout out for driving all the way out here from Manhattan.
Manhattan.
They drove out here from Manhattan, played an awesome set on the show here. YouTube.com/Casey Anthem, which is also where you can find the high def version of this Swill video I'm about to play.
Swill.
It's on there in 1080p even. If your computer can handle that.
Love those guys.
So this turned out great. I hope Swill gets a big boost from all this. There's a whole DVD of this show, and whenever Phil is ready and he's decided what he's going to do with it, you'll be able to purchase it or something.
Yes.
And we might even release some more online.
Sounds great, man.
You never know what's going to happen. But thank you very much, Cory.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Hope everybody enjoys the new do. You never know. Next week, I could have a mohawk instead. And I might be back to doing drugs and drinking.
We only can hope so.
Never know. So here we go. We're going to play Swill live at Hell on the Hill. This is Dead, everybody. Have a good rest of whatever today is.
Get down to Aftershock.